One of my fans, I'm back with another video reviewing Saint Seiya Soul of Gold. And really enjoyed this series. Now for context. Soul of Gold is a mid-quel season. It's a mid-quel, I think. I don't know what to call it. I didn't mean a mid-quel because we have a prequel and a sequel. Those words. So I call it a mid-quel because it's like kind of a prequel, but also a sequel. Basically, it's set in between the events of Saint Seiya of the Hades chapter, Inferno and Elysium. This series released in 2015. Yes, after Lost Canvas, and it gave us a chance to catch up on the Gold Saints. And even gets into about giving us more time to spend with these guys, more more emotionally bond with these guys. And you'll never look at Saints. And when you watch the original anime, you will feel a sense of these guys better. Especially with Dina character, I had a bit some complaints about after the Sanctuary arc. And I think you know who I mean. So yeah. So you could Soul Gold's animation is slightly different to Hades chapter because Hades chapter released in the 2000s. So it was 2000s digital. Soul Gold released in 2015, so digital anime was quite common then. And I think it really suits the anime. And I wish the Seiya reboot went down that route, a good route of a good story. Whoever did the reboot was definitely not a Saint Seiya fan. Just rushed the entire story. I thought that actually. I go review Omega last. I decided to review Saint Seiya Omega last. Because I have more time now. Because it's 97 episodes. Wait, 98 I think? Yeah, 98 episodes. Yeah, it was a long one. Oh, that's gonna be a tough long one to watch. And don't worry, I'll try my best to watch all the episodes I can when I get to them. But now though, I'm reviewing the other 6A animes. And no, Lost Campus is no longer on Netflix. I looked. Because that's the only place we could get dubbed, I think. Hang on. Let me just check. The Solo Ghost story introduces us to some new characters, brings us back to a familiar location, but also introduces us to some brand new characters. So yeah. Oh, come on. No. No. Oh. Yeah, it's only available subbed on Crunchyroll. It's only available subbed on Crunchyroll. That's why I watched Solo Gold. I chose to watch 13 episodes on the app. But watching it on TV screens are much better. Without any delay, let's get to review. So, we start with a recap of what happened during the events of Saint here, the Hades chapter, Inferno. The conclusion of the story. No, because I said this takes place in between Inferno and Elysium. I thought it took place after, but I was wrong. Yeah, I know. What a big surprise. I'm, and sometimes I'm wrong. So, yeah. after that, after that recap introduction, we bust into Asgard. Now, Asgard is I did review sub-arcs for the Sanctuary. Sub-arcs for the Galaxian Wars. I could have chose to watch all of them as one, but they are separate stories. They are separate stories, so... Anyway, I reviewed the Saint Seiya I think I after Lost Canvas, I'll be reviewing Saint Seiya's Legend of Sanctuary. Because again, those are the times we see the Gold Saints. But they actually do appear in show, and show is quite an interesting case. I've seen bits of clips online, and well, I think I'll get to that when I actually review that. I'm curious to see the characters. But something is confusing me. But again, I'll say that. But if you're not interested in the Saint Seiya anime, you can watch videos by Nerdwire and Toy Galaxy about Saint Seiya, about some Saint Seiya stories. For Nerdwire, they released information about the Saint Seiya anime, all the incarnations, the main series, spin-offs, sequels, all that type of stuff. Or Toy Galaxy gets the history and Western, not just the Japanese history, but also the history in the West, as it's dubs. So yeah. I'll check those out later. Anyway, when we're in Oscar, we see a green light crash through into a mountain, where we see Iolia unconscious without his cloth, with some weird markings on his body. After that, Iolia walks with a crutch in, kind of hurt, and passes out near near a building with guards posted around there. Meanwhile, a new character, Lufia, is talking to some people about something. They just don't believe her. We don't get to hear that. So yeah. They're saying she's chased by guards, but is captured and put in a prison. What's going on? What happened to Hilda? We don't know. Hilda is the representative of Odin Earth, who leads Asgard, who protects Asgard. When she first appeared, she was under control by the Poseidon. Also, Canon gets mentioned, but doesn't get seen, sadly. Its last appearance was in the Hades chapter. So, yeah. She meets Iolia, who comes about some temporary amnesia, you know? Then he remembers everything that happened, you know? But he doesn't know how he revived. Because he knows he died. Anyway, he easily breaks out of the prison. I don't know why he threw him in there in the first place. You don't know him. Maybe it's because his outfit was from Sanctuary. That's my guess. We need to beat up some God warriors. He needs to beat up some Asgardian soldiers. But they'll discover that Iolia is a gold saint. He escapes with Lufia. Lufia wants his help, but he refuses because he has urgent business, as you know. He doesn't care how he arrives or not. He has to get back to Sanctuary to figure out what's going on. To try your best to help Seiya and the others. Alright, they don't make physical appearances, but they do get mentioned and cameos there. Now, episode 1 was... They cameoed in episode 1 when we see the recap. It was a nice detail seeing these guys again. We even see images of them. There's a whole section later where Bates... But, yeah, that's it. No speaking lines on anyone live and no flashbacks to these characters. So, yeah. So, he informs her that he died, somehow back to life. It's a mystery. Now then, we discover that Hilda somehow got sick. They don't say it was because of Andreas. That's the name of the antagonist. They don't say she's the reason why she got sick. No, it must be in a natural cold. Anyway, she was bedridden, but Andreas took over and planned to do some evil with a special little tree. Its name I can't remember. So we're back with Norse mythology. Sanctuary lost. Oh, Asgard lost appeared in the Poseidon arc. So yeah. But we actually get more detail too with Julian about Julian. As I mentioned in my Hades chapter review, he helped sends the gold cross to save the others, bringing across Elysium to them. We get to see everything that happened. We actually get to see him of how Poseidon awakened. So anyway. After Freya is attacked by a god soldier, god warrior, and some Asgardian soldiers, Aeolia vows to stop him. Somehow his gold cloth appears. And while he's gone weaker though, the gold will get stronger because of the whole tree. But I remember all the other gold seeds are alive. He burns his cosmos to the max, unlocking a new power. Now you're familiar with this if you watch, say, the Hades chapter. Now if you've never seen the Hades chapter, you're wondering what's going on, what happened. It's a great way to introduce new audience to these gold seeds for those who never watched the Hades chapter. It brings up that. I don't know why Netflix never dubbed the Hades chapter. It's just complicated. Oh well. He unlocks a god cloth and beats them with the god warrior going away. Oh. Yeah. Ionia passes is a bit weakened now. When he and Lepia, that's it. Sorry. When he and Lepia run to cabin, he passes out. She goes search for blue water, finds a powerhouse of a young boy, and discovers that Moo's there too. Yep, Aries Saint Moo. He searches that people around here have been disappeared. People have disappeared. The boy was lucky he did disappear. He just went out to get some water from the spring, and everyone just disappeared. He was left. It was how much Moo's a kind person. And Kiki actually gets a cup. Kiki doesn't really appear, but like I mentioned, he's going to become a great guy in the future. As I saying, he becomes the next Aries Saint. But you probably forget about that when we Omega in the future. So yeah. So hey, Moo goes up to the counter and battles one of the goes off to battle one of the other god warriors. Meanwhile, Oliver now with long hair. No explanation for that. No explanation why he's got long hair. I mean, he was dead since Sanctuary. When did he get long hair? As you remember, he got short hair. How do I know this? Well, during the Poseidon arc, he had his cloth off. And he had short hair. I don't know, just weird. I don't hate it. It just weirds me out a bit, that's all. And Doko's there too. And I'd like to see he hasn't changed a bit from being the cheeky old mess that he was. Doko's over 200 years old, by the way. He's the oldest saint along with Moo's master. Those two are being about since the battle against Hades. They're very old. It's pretty impressive. So yeah. Although it goes saints decide to head off to the mountain. Moo, but helps Iolia out. Let's get over the details. We actually get to development. Meanwhile, they split ways. Iolia and Lethia remained in town when he went into a familiar face. Death Mask. Yes, that guy. You remember, he was a psychopath. But this series gives him some major character development. Not all my case was he just helped willy-nilly. Outside of being just to help out, sacrifice himself at the end. I don't know, redemption arc? Cannon got one for God's sake. And I didn't think the character would appear again after the Silent arc. And Saga got redemption too. They both were redeemed. So like how he redeemed Death Mask. He finds people he learns to care about someone. And when the person he cares about is taken away, he goes out to rescue her. Proving on his off returns to him. Proving that he's truly a saint now. A good person. But she dies. That makes him go out. And I like the development. So yeah, all the Gold Saints, other than Iolius and Camus, who betrayed them, heading to the place to bow him. They must destroy 7 statues in different locations, with most of them falling during the vow. Only ones left were Iolia, Mu, Doko, and Saga. And Shaka too. They're the only ones who survived. And so Iolius encountered Argeus early on. And seemingly died. You must stop the Oh yeah. But he did give him a scar. Somehow it's resonating. So they do their best to bow him. But the truth is revealed. He's possessed by an evil man known as Hate. Then gonna mischief himself. Loki. I don't mean the charming Tom Hiddleston Loki. I mean the Loki from Norse mythology itself. That's what it bothers me. Like, I know Disney had the chance to, like when Disney owned Power Rangers, right, for Operation Overdrive. This is under the Disney umbrella. They could have used Marvel characters. No, like Iron Man came out in 2008, didn't it? Operation Overdrive was in 2007. Because there was an episode that actually featured Thor and Loki. But basically, Viking decides. I mean, yeah, Norse mythology originates on Viking times. Anyway, Loki is possessed Andreas and must rule the world by gaining a special spear. Yeah, they all fight with then Mu, Shaka, Saga, and Doko sacrifice themselves so Iolius will be able to stop him. If that didn't work. And he's also strict with his gold claw. Because the gold claws will help as backup powers for the tree. You know, discover something about Lepia. She has like mind control. And early on, during one of the battle against the God Warriors, two of them decide to ditch the side of Andreas. And that she's the one who brought them back to life. All the Gold Saints were brought back to life because of her, a taboo thing. And she was killed by one of the other God Warriors. It's a truly tragic moment. I'm sorry I had to skip over it, but, you know. See? And she's like, oh, Iolius done for, but Iolius comes to save him too. He's alive. After that in the short counter, he managed to survive. Lost his cloth. And he realized that the cloth doesn't make the saint. It's how much cosmo you can burn. So yeah. It was Hades. I mean, it was actually Loki who brought them back. And we learned something else too. Lepia is somehow alive. And and Odin has chosen her to be another representative of him on Earth next to Hilda. And she uses her power to use the power of the gold robe, Odin's gold robe. If you don't know what that was, it happened in the conclusion of the story arc of the Poseidon arc, where Seiya donned it. Right then I called it class to make it simple for us audiences. But I was mistaken to call it God class because the God class are different God class. Yeah, I know it sounds confusing, but you get the point. Anyway, they almost beat Loki too, but grabs the axe of Gundia, spear of Gundia. and destroys Oda's god robe. But luckily, with power burning Cosmo to the Maximus, bringing the gold cloth back to life thanks to prayers. Along with the other gold saints who seen her died, they survived too thanks to Aphrodite's. You tell Leapia actually falls in love with Iolia. I really like that relationship development. Maybe 13 episodes, but it is great. So, by burning up their Cosmo, they used their god class, and we learned that actually it was Odin who brought them back to life to stop Loki. And so I like these twists. And the Cosmo, they used the last bit of Cosmo to burn it high for the god class. Once they used it up, though, they'll be gone back to the dead. But they wanted to sacrifice themselves to stop it. And after a long battle, they managed to beat Loki, with Iolia finish it off. And everyone else got saved. Before they get to say goodbye to the... Before they say goodbye, they want to get their gold class to Seiya-Soul for help them battle Hades. And Julius Solo, or should I say Poseidon, calls us in to help. It was because of their determination that awakened him. Well, they weren't hesitating, but they agree. And well, they all say goodbye. Iolia says goodbye to Leafy and gives her his pendant that his brother had, his brother's pendant. And it's a really emotional story. You have to skip over it, but it has some great character moments. I loved it. That's really and we'll end with a nice little narration of Leafia doing a little narration about events that happens. That the names of the Gold Saints will be remembered in legend. Of course, it's shame we know what happens to the Gold Cloths, though, sadly. So but I'm not gonna go over it here. I really talked about that bit in the Hades chapter. My review on the last part of the Hades chapter. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for the review of Saint Seiya's Soul of Gold. I enjoyed it. I can't really check out more Saint Seiya products. So, thank you guys for watching me enjoy my content. Hit that thumbs up button. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. Let's take all the videos that comes in the future. And if you want to check out Saint Seiya's Soul of Gold yourself, you can find it for free on Crunchyroll. You don't need a premium subscription to watch it. So yeah, you can check it out on Crunchyroll. Along with the Legend, along with the Lost Campus, Omega, and Saint Tina show. It's weird how they have those on there, but not the main anime itself or the Hades chapter. Hell, not even the movies. It's weird. And next is Netflix dubbed the anime, the main original anime. It's not available on Netflix UK. Dick move. But yeah, after this, I'm going to be reviewing Saint Seiya The Lost Canvas. Then after that, I'll be reviewing Saint Tina show. Then I'll be reviewing the Saint Seiya movies. One of them anyway, Legend of Sanctuary, before moving on to the Saint Seiya reboot. Then I'll be watching the original Saint Seiya movie. One of the movies. Be great to revisit the original characters. So I'm doing all this before the next part of the reboot comes out this month. It's coming out this July, which is this month. Maybe this month sometime. Along with the Tokyo Mew Mew reboot, I'll be reviewing that when it comes out too. Thank you, I'll see you all next time. Kill Phoenix out.